Can I be allowed my time, Mr. Chair? Can I be allowed my time, Mr. Chair? Kanina, hataw siya ng hataw, pinabayaan siya ng chairman.
Isang magandang araw po mga ka-DDS. Welcome to my channel, the DDS Forever Channel. Panoorin po natin ang nakakaalarmang reaksyon or interaction or interruption sa statement ni Ka Eric ng ating magiting na senador na si Lacson. Nakakaalarma kasi dahil parang nagkulay dilaw siya rito. The way he interrupts si Ka Eric, o baka naman sa dami ng lumulutang na dating kadre sa pangunguna ni Ka Eric, Ka Noel, Ka Efren, Ka Amihan at iba pa ay baka nababahag na rin ng buntot ni Senador Lacson. Mabuti pa si General PRRD, di ba? Consistent siya sa lahat ng statement niya. Ngayon, magpaliwanag ka ngayon sa taong bayan, Lacson. Dahil napuna ng mga DDS, lalong-lalo na sa social media. Naging viral pa nga ito kasi kabi-kabilang sa social media na naging bias ka at talagang naging harsh ka kay Eric. Kahit nga ako nang pinapanood ko, parang sabi ko, ano ba yun? Bakit ganun? Bakit ganun siya magtanong kay Ka Eric? Parang nabahag ang buntot. Kaya nga, obvious na obvious sa Senate hearing, sa pangatlong Senate hearing, na nagkulay dilaw ka. Ano ka ba talaga? Ano ba talaga ang kulay mo, Lacson? Panoorin po natin.
Saan? Ang training center, tatlo sila. Ang pinag-usapan at ang meeting mga underground personalities at mga open personalities ng bagong alyansang MAKABAYAN. Because the chapter converted...
Can you provide the details now?
Sir?
Can you provide the W's?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
W's now, right now.
Yes, sir.
Kasi you're making a serious allegation.
Yes, sir. Very serious, sir.
So when, where?
Yeah.
Sige.
It's a middle of April, sir, before the Earth Day celebration. I cannot forget that time. Si Mary Colmenares, speaker
Of what year?
2001. Si Mary Colmenares, speaker, lecturer, tungkol sa propaganda operations sa Tabunan Alliance. Where? Iloilo City, sir.
Where? In city.
Alam ko, sir,
Yan mga ka-DDS, napapansin nyo ba kung paano niya ini-interrupt lahat ng statement ni Ka Eric? At hindi lang po interruption ang ginagawa niya, masyado pong harsh yung kanyang pagtatanong. Heto po, panoorin po natin uli.
hindi na may-ari na ito, hindi siya kasi involved.
Don't assume that. Where in Iloilo City?
In Arevalo, sir, Arevalo, Daroca Training Center.
These are details of the truth
Yes.
that will test your credibility.
Yes, sir.
Sumablay ka rito, pagsak yung credibility mo.
Yes, sir.
Tama ka, buo yung credibility mo.
Yes, sir.
Kumpletuhin mo yung 5 W's.
Yeah.
Putulin ko lang po saglit mga ka-DDS bago natin panoorin ng tuluyan. Sa bidyong ito lumalabas na talagang si President Duterte lang ang merong boss. Siya lang ang matapang na sagupain at talagang kalabanin itong mga NPA na to. Kasi halos meron nga tayong isang mayor, si Ka-Mayor, tawagin lang natin Ka-Mayor, na parang kakampi niya ang mga komunista. Diba nakipagpulong pa nga siya roon, peace talk daw sa Netherlands. Kasama niya si Joe Masison. At nakita po naman natin sa video na binati pa siya ni Joe Masison, na kaibigan daw niya. May usap-usapan po bago siya naging mayor, parang inalagaan siya ng Communist Party of the Philippines. CPP, NPA, NDF, pare-pareho lang po sila. Inalagaan siya para maging matagumpay, manalo pagka-mayor, di ba? Nangyari na nga po. Tapos meron pong isang litratong kumakalat na kasama po niya si Mary Colmenares. Maganda naman ang pinag-uusapan nila yung tungkol sa vertical housing sa Tondo or sa parte ng Manila na yan. Pero hindi po makakailaho po sa atin na bilang mga mamamayang Pilipino at kakampi ng katotohanan, kakampi ng ating presidente, na hindi po magandang tingnan ng isang popular na mayor ay nakikipag-usap at kaibigan ng mga CPP, NPA, NDF. Magaganda po ang ginagawa niya sa Manila, pero nakaka-alarma po yung kaibigan siya ng kalaban ng ating gobyerno, yung mga matatagal nang nagte-terrorize sa bansa natin. Kaya ito, panoorin po natin ang buong statement ng mga kadre sa pangunguna ni Ka Eric.
Sige, sir. Daroca Training Center, Iloilo City, Arevalo, is the favorite venue for underground gatherings because ang venue na ito ay tago at magandang venue. Mary Colmenares was there, Saporo Campo, and Teddy Casino. And they were there to meet the representative of CPP Regional Urban Party Committee in preparation for the electoral campaign design kung saan ang mga chapters ng bagong alyansang makabayan at mga organisasyon ito ay ita-transform ayon sa dokumento at directive ng CPP na i-transform to become chapters for the electoral machinery. So that meeting is not bayan muna meeting. It's a meeting of the regional and particular.
Baka deliberately, dinidelay niyo yung preparation of video niya.
No, sir.
Just go on, prepare it. Sabi ko sa kanya, he should stop the moment the video is ready. Sige.
Can I proceed, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Senate President? Tinatanong niya sino ang nag-recruit, sino mga recruit niya. So of course, tama yung sagot kanina kasi ang recruitment namin ay organizational process. It's not an individual responsibility ano. But did I meet also Teddy Casinio? Aside from the meeting na Rimalo Iloilo City in 2001, meeting ng Communist Party ng mga kabataan pa kami. Yes, in Boracay. Nandun siya. That was a same GP convention. Ano ba yun? Can I be allowed my time, Mr. Chair? Kanina, hataw siya ng hataw, pinabayaan siya ng chairman.
Mga ka-DDS, kung napansin niyo po, dito na po nairita si Ka Eric dahil po sa pag-i-interrupt ni Lacson. Uulitin po natin in slow motion.
Can I be allowed my time, Mr. Chair? Kanina, hataw siya ng hataw, pinabayaan siya ng chairman. Can I be allowed my time, Mr. Chair?
Mga ka-DDS, dahil sa pahayag po yan ni Ka Eric, mukhang nasupalpal, natameme at napahiya si Senator Lacson sa kanyang mga sinabi. Kaya afterwards, tuloy-tuloy na po yung statement ng kadre at iba pang mga kasama niyang kadre dun sa panel.
Ito po ay pagtitipon ng mga propaganda officers, community organizers na sa ilalim ng Regional Urban Party Committee ng Communist Party sa Isla ng Panay. At ang representative doon ay si Teddy Casinio, si Saturo Campo, at si Nery Colmenares. Ang recruitment pinag-uusapan doon, hindi lamang tungkol sa underground, kundi pagpalawak ng alyansa. Ang recruitment, ang binabanggit doon is very clear. Kapag nagkaroon ng eleksyon, ang mass base ay dapat palalawakin natin. At gamitin natin ang eleksyon na ito bilang oportunidad sa tatlong pamamaraan. Pagpapalawak ng mass base, pagpapalawak ng underground, pagpapalawak ng alyansa.
So what's wrong with that?
Wrong ito, Mr. Chairman, dahil may underground recruitment ito. Ibig sabihin, ang kilusang lihim ng mga open organizations.
How would you connect that to the recruitment para sumampa sa buntot para mag-MPA?
The recruitment starts with the underground building. You cannot be recruited to the MPA, the Communist Party, if you're not recruited into the underground component of the open organization.
How many MPA regulars were recruited actually after that meeting?
The MPA regulars will be waiting there in sa kabundukan.
Mr. Chair, we, as part of NTF LCAP, we did get a report about this, and the body of Jevelyn was abandoned by her comrades. So instead of leaving the body there, our soldiers, the men and women, the soldiers of the AFP, took the body, wrapped it very gently with a very respectfully with a blanket. And she was brought down. I mean, they could have left her there, but when you ask them, why did you not just leave them? They said, well, we had to bring her back to her family so that she could get a proper burial. So, and hindi po ginawang tropeyo or anything like that. That's not true at all.
Yes, Jennifer Lade, related?
Yes, sir, additional lang. We are in touch with Colonel Baybayin, the commander of the 3rd Special Forces. They have to carry the body 5 hours, walk 5 hours, and in fact, they were met by Jesrin, one of the sons of Rep. Kulyamat, and they were very thankful for taking care of the cadaver of Jevelyn and for providing all the assistance so that they will be able to see the lifeless body of their sister. So it's not true that the armed forces of the Philippines, the AFP, and the SF battalion desecrated the body. In fact, they afforded her all the respect and all the assistance that they have to do to make sure that she will have a decent burial.
Yes, but Admiral, go.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have now here the,
Ikaw na lang sa directly from the after operations report.
yes, Mr. Chairman, I have the summary of events. It was an encounter and a discovery of an enemy hideout on 28/1600 November 2020. For the summary of events, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors, on 28/1600 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon of November 2020, an encounter of the Special Forces Team 702, led by Sergeant Mark Anthony Azuela, Philippine Army, against 30 CNTs of SYP Platoon Guerrilla Front 19 under Mario Himo Jr., aka Kobe or Renren, at vicinity, there's a grid coordinate here, Your Honor, but it's in Sitio Mabog, Barangay San Isidro, Marihatag, Surigao del Sur, that resulted to the recovery of 5 high-powered firearms and 1 CNT kill. On 29/10/30 November 2020, the Special Forces Team 702, led by Sergeant Azuela, together with the Special Forces Team 3301, led by Staff Sergeant Gabriel, discovered an abandoned CNT hideout lair with an estimated area of about 200 square meters, with strong signal of glow, having 2 kitchens, 22 tents during their clearing operations and scouring on the encounter site. On 29/1200 November 2020, engaged troops of the Special Forces Team 702 under Sergeant Azuela arrived at designated casualty collection point at Sitio Nabog, Barangay San Isidro, Marihatag, Surigao del Sur, bringing along with them a CNT cadaver. On 29/12/20 November 2020, engaged troops of Special Forces Team 702 under Sergeant Azuela arrived at mission support site along with a cadaver that was later identified as Javelin Campos Culiamat, alias Rep, medic of SYP Platoon Guerrilla Front 19, 22 years old and a resident of Sitio Kiwagan, Barangay San Isidro, Lianga, Surigao del Sur. The identification was confirmed by 9 former rebels of the 401st Brigade and further revealed as the youngest child of Bayan Muna Party List Representative Euphemia Culiamat. And the result of the operation, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors, on the government side, negative casualty. On the enemy side, 1 killed or body count identified as Javelin Campos Culiamat. Captured items and other war materials are 3 AK-47 rifles, 1 M14 rifle, 1 M653 caliber 5.56, 11 backpacks, 4 IEDs, or improvised explosive device, anti-personnel mines, 5 blasting caps, 30 meters electric wire, 11 magazines of M14 rifle, 7 magazines of M14 rifles, 5 bandoliers, 249 ammunition for AK-47 rifle, 3 CPP NPA NDF flags, 3 cell phones, 2 commercial handheld radios, 4 rice pots, assorted food supplies, assorted medical supplies, and lastly, Your Honors, subversive documents. This is the summary of the after operation report, Mr. Chairman.
Is bringing the body of a Kia sa enemy side to the family a standard procedure?
As much as possible, Mr. Chairman,
Kung identified at kung saan dadalhin.
yes, Mr. Chairman.
Otherwise, Anong ginagawa ng troops natin sa ground?
We usually, Mr. Chairman, we bring it to a funeral parlor for proper burial.
In this case,
Just for the record, Mr. Chair, I would be submitting to the committee the picture that was posted on the various sites of the AFP and even the Philippine News Agency showing the body of Jenilyn Kuyamat sprawled, wala pong balot. So I don't know where Undersecretary Badoy got the idea that they binalot daw nila sa kumot. Ito po ay walang balot in front of 11 men. At kasama po sa nakahanay sa bangkay ni Jenilyn ay yung iba't ibang mga materyales na kanilang nakumpiska. It is a post photo. It is a war trophy kind of photo. The faces of the men are blacked out, probably to show that they are not smiling, but it certainly appears that they are very proud. And I think this is what Congresswoman Kuyamat pointed out, na na-desecrate ang katawan. If it were for mere identification, Mr. Chair, they could have took the picture. Bakit nag-post pa sa harap ng 11 mga sundalo? Bakit pinost pa ito sa social media? Bakit pinadala sa Philippine News Agency at pinakalat ng Philippine News Agency? I think that is the complaint of Congresswoman Kuyamat. So I will be submitting this, Mr. Chair.
Undersecretary Lauren.
I think it's really funny how Teddy Casino finds a photo more
There's nothing funny about this.
offensive.
Sorry. Let her finish her statement.
Finds it a photo more offensive of a 22-year-old that was slain rather than at slaying 22-year-old for a cause that's senseless. He will not condemn it. That's the outrage here. There are no winners in this war. If you think that NTF-LCAP is goading, we were gloating because a 22-year-old child died, just because she's an NPA, you are so wrong. This is a tragedy, and there are no winners in this war.
Thank you. Yes, John Perlado.
Mr. Chair, on that statement that the soldiers were seen in that photo with covered faces, that's not because they are smiling, but that's because that's standard operating procedure on Special Operation Forces. You know that because I'm also a member of that unit once, and we don't do that to our enemy, even if they're dead or captured. Now, the only reason that we took those pictures is to make sure and to have an evidence that Javelin died with a firearm sling in his body. No other purpose for that.
Mr. Chairman, aren't we straying away from the sense of the hearing? It's about the issue of red tagging. Nagkakaroon tuloy na sagutan dito na para tayong hindi in a parliament, and parliamentary procedures are not followed. I think we should call it to order and go back to the subject matter.
Yan po mga ka-DDS, kung nagustuhan po nyo ang aking video, please don't forget to like, share, and comment. At kung hindi pa po kayo nag-subscribe, please subscribe na sa aking channel, the DDS Forever Channel. At marami pa po tayong pag-uusapan na viral na nangyayari sa ating bayan.